What's up, everybody? It's Danny Green here. Just touched down inside the bubble, Orlando, Florida, at Coronado Springs. This is another episode of Inside the Green Room, brought to you by Jack in the Box. And here's my co-host, Harrison Sanford in Los Angeles.
You know, Danny, hey, what's up, everybody? Thank you for tuning in one more time. You know what we could do, Danny? We could name it Inside the Bubble with Danny Green, as opposed to Inside the Green Room.
We can make this chapter the Inside the Bubble chapter for Inside the Green Room, for sure.
There we go. There we go.
Yeah,
man, as Danny alluded to, I'm in Los Angeles. He's in the bubble. Stay tuned for later in this episode. We have an interview with Warren G, who's putting out a new single with Ty Dolla coming up this weekend. But more than anything, this is the topic right now in sports. Danny's in the bubble. If you weren't aware, J.R. Smith kind of alluded to it tonight with some Instagram lives. There's a bunch that we could talk about. But Danny, first and foremost, how was your day starting in Orlando and saying your final goodbye? So starting in LA rather yet.
Oh, man, it was weird, man. It's different because you never really planned for a road trip like this one. Saying your goodbyes, you seen Bron tweeted, it feel like we're doing a bid because you're just going away or you're like going away to war or something like that. It's kind of weird. And everybody's saying goodbyes, getting emotional because they don't know when the next time to see you or it's going to be at least 2 months. And nobody's really spent that much time away from their families or friends for that long. So the beginning of the day was just weird, but say your goodbyes, finally get there. Different space on the plane. We're seated in different spots on the plane now, spaced out, social distancing. Different type of check-in. We said our goodbyes to a lot of our people in our organization because not everybody's able to fly. Some of them were there. Gave them our goodbyes. But, it's been, I wouldn't say bad, but it's been fun. It's been interesting. It's been different. But you can tell they've done a great job of putting together a great situation for us. Obviously, it's not the it's not the best circumstances. It's not ideal, but with what we have, what they have, they've made the best out of it.
You know, Danny, you had a really good quote the other day. Somebody asked you to describe this season. You said it's like a roller coaster in a cave, and you don't know where it's going, and you don't know how it's going to end up. I think about that quote, and I think about today as you got on the plane, there's a couple people who weren't there. Mm-hmm. Avery Bradley wasn't there, and assistant coach Lionel Hollins. When I know we've talked about Avery, but describe what Lionel Hollins' absence inside the bubble might mean. Obviously, he's still going to be involved with the team, Zoom calls and things of that nature. But I know it must be weird not to see him on that flight going to Orlando.
For sure. It's weird because there's a lot of our staff that didn't come, and some of them texted me said we'll be there later or some coming next week. But the way the process was, you couldn't even tell who was there and who wasn't. So because some of us on the front plane, some of us on the back plane. We've seen some of our teammates. I didn't see all of them. Obviously, Avery's not there, but said I didn't even see, certain guys that were sitting in the back. AC was in the back. JR was in the back. I don't know where Dwight was. Rondo was behind me. We had a couple guys behind us. So it's different. But like I said, when I described that tunnel, that cave, that roller coaster is up and down, and it's dark, we have no idea. We're taking it day by day, man, step by step. We have no idea what's going to be like without them, with them, in this bubble. We had orientation, and everything is a lot of protocol. We have a lot of time to do it, but it's a lot of protocol of following instructions and doing things, not just, physically, but mentally, and locking in and taking tests online, on the phones, et cetera.
Yeah, it's interesting because I'm thinking about how the plane is set up. You talked about the social distancing and the lengths that the league has gone through, the team has gone through to make sure you're safe even before you start traveling. I know you guys have been taking tests, and now, let's say you're negative yesterday, but because they're not sure if you might have picked it up in the past 24 hours, you can't even sit next to each other on the plane. It's a crazy, unique situation. Now that you're on the plane, you took us through that a little bit. Explain how it's been since you touched down. Give us a walkthrough as best as you can.
Well, I mean, I said everything was weird. It was different, man. You don't even feel comfortable shaking your teammates' hands, but I've seen them here and there say what's up, show love whenever you can, give elbows, bumps, whatever. Had a nice little flight, had a lot of time, got some good food on the flight. People complain about the food, but we had some pretty good food on the flight. Touchdown, as soon as we touched down, we got off the plane to get on the bus, and the bus takes us to the hotel for first orientation. We leave our bags on the bus. Mind you, not everybody can fit on the bus. We had to get more buses because they let you sit every couple of seats. So there's seatbelts covered with a paper that says these seats are reserved. You're not allowed to sit here with seats that are not open. So you got to start from the back. Usually I sit in the back, but now I can't sit in the back because it goes every 3 to do our orientation. They told us leave our stuff there, and then go inside, and we'll come back to get our stuff or come back to the bus. So we went inside, walked in, social distance, said what's up to all the league people, went on the practice courts, spaced out chairs, sat down, and they gave us a protocol of what's going to be like, how it's going to be with Wi-Fi, video games, social distancing, food, hangouts, how many days with testing, and how many days we have to stay quarantined, et cetera, how they're going to treat our luggage. So all those things were a list of things. And then went back on the bus, went back to the other side of the hotel to our towers, came back in for testing, grabbed all that stuff off the bus. You guys sit down, they have chairs everywhere, spaced out. You go in, one by one, lined up, just check in, talk to somebody. They, ask for your date of birth and to make sure you are who you are, sign you in, and then you go to the next chair to get tested. They do the nose, which not as far back as the nose, and then the throat test. And then you get your green band to make sure that you're in this hotel. Get your room key, card, obviously by alias, and then you have that's another band for the key, and they have a key for your training room. So then you take your stuff up. Obviously, on our way up, our floor was like a high number, but it wasn't the same number as it is at the hotel. So I'm like, what the fuck? How do we not get to 86 or something like that? I'm saying 92, but it's not that many floors. So we go to our levels, find our floor, figure out we're all in the same hallway, get to our rooms, and we look at our room, like, okay, it's not bad, but then you're thinking like, we're supposed to live here for 3 or 4 months, maybe if as best case scenario. How are we going to make this work? You have to unpack, you have to see what your closet looks like, how much closet space, where are you going to fit your shoes, and if your family's coming, how are you going to fit them? So I'm like, where the hell am I going to put all my clothes? I'm saying there's a little ass closet. Luckily, I made it work, move some things around. You have to set up your own thing, your own setup. We're all set, checking in and get our bags, talking to each other in the hallway. Seen JR had us live talking to each other in the hallway. It says like 5-star camp. It's definitely like the AAU days. But yeah, man, it's been interesting. It's been a little confusing. It's like that roller coaster in the tunnel in the cave. You don't know what's going to happen next, where it's going to end. So taking it step by step and figuring out. But the league did do a great job of accommodating us and making us feel comfortable and safe. Even though they said that the best situations, but they had us gift bags with to go, like little snacks, little room, little food brought to you. You can heat up, you get a microwave in here, a little refrigerator, a little baggie with goodies in it, like a fire stick, things like that, some masks.
Is that fire stick unlocked?
I don't know. It's a good question, man.
We're going to find out.
A couple bottles of wine. I know Jed likes that. A bunch of towels, because you're not cleaning our rooms every day, so we have to figure out how to put our towels certain places to get extra towels for the week. I think they're cleaning rooms once a week. They gave us some books. So a lot of little electronics and stuff like that, some extra blankets. But yeah, man, it's been cool. You can tell they're doing a really good job. They're really trying. But at the end of the day, looking at it, this is definitely a sacrifice. It's going to be a tough one for most guys to stay here for the longest period of time as we can without actually interact. We're allowed to interact with each other. We're supposed to be social distance interacting. First days, nothing at all. But they advise us to wear a mask and gloves always, clean our hands, wash our hands always, stay away from each other, but interact. But it's going to be different, man, and it's going to be a real sacrifice for the teams that stay the longest.
Yeah, I imagine once the games will start being played, there will be some sense of normalcy. You have something to talk about, and obviously we'll have something to talk about as well. Of all the things that you had to go through today, was there one that really caught you off guard in terms of precaution that the league was taking? Obviously, everything they're doing is obviously warranted, but was there one that really caught you off guard?
Nothing really caught me off guard, no. From the plane, everybody had their mask on, but a lot of times as most of us are like, we're all negative, so why do we have to? But they're all preventing it because we don't know who was. So we got to get testing for the first two or 3 days, make sure everybody's clear, and then after that, I think things will kind of loosen up a little bit. But they still want you masked, social distancing, following protocol, and also had to take a survey test. We had to watch clips of videos. They send us out an email or a clip, just how you send a Zoom link, but a link to log in with our email and a password to watch like 6-7 videos, and there's a little test after each video, and you have to complete it on your profile of what the protocol is here. And obviously it's a lot of the same things, but they're reiterating it and let us know in this bubble is no different, and even more precautions that we need to take serious. So yeah, so there's a lot of things that we have to follow in terms of step-by-step testing and on the phone and being up to date and following stuff. And they also have a TV channel to update us on, the health circumstances, issues, and protocols. So day by day. So we're just figuring it out, man. And it's interesting. It's like, young AAU days, and it's definitely so it's going to be a sacrifice, man. This is the team that comes out on top of this one. It's going to be a special, special moment, a special team. They really deserve it because as much as they're trying, as much as they give us the goodie bags, this is a tough situation.
I can imagine. I'm going to ask for a quick tour of your room for those who are watching. But before we do that, I could appreciate the fit that you had going on the plane.
Yeah.
But I must say I'm rather disappointed because Joel Embiid kind of killed the whole get to the plane drip game.
The 7-foot hazmat suit, man, the big ass onesie. Yeah, I wasn't taking it that strongly, man. So, big shout out to him. Good for him. Also said I was wearing because I was repping my boy's brand. He sent me some shirts. So I thought it was a good time. Said we haven't been walking the tunnel. I'll take any pictures in a minute.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, some guys had different things, different masks, and it was interesting to see. JR had his wave cap and bandana covering his face. So you see different guys wearing different stuff.
JR's got some silky do-rags. I don't know if he's moving them for the Lolo or free, cheese. But I guess the Lakers got to get first dibs, right?
For Philly Cheese is definitely thriving in the situation. The guy got his fits ready, shorts and shades. So luckily we're in a good city where it's great weather, some heat and sun, we get some vitamins. We can go outside in shorts every day, and the taxes are a lot lower. But I said this is the situation. It's only day one, and just looking at it like, all right, you got to figure out how to, I guess what's the word? Kind of break things down, move things around. Not just ration everything, ration your space,
Mm-hmm.
ration your mindset, ration your emotions. I said it's a pace. It's going to be a marathon, and you got to pace yourself. So, figuring out closet space, not going to do that. But it's right now. It's day one. Staying positive, but I'm sure by the end of the week, end of 2 weeks, or end of the month, we'll have some different emotions, some different thoughts, mindset. We'll see how things change, loosely or stricter. But it's an interesting one.
Yeah, man. Cabin fever has definitely been setting in for a lot of people around the world. Looks like we have some sports coming back, not just basketball. I know MLS has started, so there'll be some things to keep the general public entertained. So Danny, correct me if I'm wrong, but you should have a finger thermostat test there. Is that there?
Yeah, they did give me they did give us a device to check our temperature.
Okay.
There's one, and there's a finger one. They have some devices, man. I don't know how to use them. I don't know what there's one that goes around your neck. I'm gonna have to talk
around your neck.
I don't know what this is, man. You want me to show you?
Yeah, show me. We'll for the people who are watching, you'll be able to check out. I think you have.
I don't know if this is anything to do with temperature or anything like that, but this is something that they put here. I don't know what this does, but
okay.
There's different devices. They have little goodie bags with a lot of technology. Somebody can help me see what this is, or I'll talk to somebody. But they did give us a thermometer or anything like that. But they're checking our temperature as soon as we get in, as soon as we landed. Check our temperatures everywhere we go to check in temperature, make sure you're good. I think.
Do you have the ring?
I haven't gotten it yet. I did. Okay. Yeah, I wanted it. They got my ring size, but I have not gotten it yet.
And from my understanding, that ring, and for those who are listening or watching, from my understanding, the NBA is giving each player has the option to give a player a ring that'll let them know if they're showing early signs of symptoms for COVID-19. So, Danny, I'm assuming you elected to get this ring. I know it's an option. You don't necessarily have to get it.
You don't have to. They give you the option to not purchase, but they can purchase for you. And it's gold right now. Everybody kind of wants them. So, of course, the streets want them. They're high. Everybody's going to get them. Not saying they're going to use them, but they're going to get them. But it's basically like an Apple Watch on your finger, but with more, I guess, amenities, more things on it. But it gives you, temperature breakdown, heart rate, like sleep with it, how good your sleep is. It's from what I hear. I may be mistaken, but don't quote me on this. But it seems like an Apple Watch with a couple more, like some more things that are effective to help you detect early signs if you're not feeling well or if you might be getting it. But yeah, I said I don't have it yet, so I can't tell you when I do get it. I'll show you. I don't know how much I'll be wearing it, but I think a lot of guys are worried that they're trying to track their GPS, where they're going, what they're doing. Either way, whether they're tracking or not, you can't really go many places here without people seeing you. There's cameras everywhere, security. It's going to be hard to get in and out of this bubble without people noticing or seeing you leave.
All right. I know you hope it's 100%.
Mm-hmm.
but there might not be 100%. Give me the percentage of people you think might leave the bubble.
That might leave?
Yeah.
I think it's 100% people that'll leave?
I think you would hope it's 100%. I hope it's 100%.
100%
that would stay in the bubble.
I think we have much of a choice, man. Unless you really don't want to play or you really were willing to risk it of not playing for the 10 to 14 days. I think guys may test it early on because if they sit out the 10 to 14 days early on without games, they won't get fined. But like I said, I don't think there's a way out of here without somebody catching you and not seeing you. There's too many cameras, too much going on. You can't sneak out of this place. So I would think 100% is going to stay unless they really feel like they're not in the playoffs, they're not going to play, or in a situation where they're like, all right, I have to get this out of the way before we start playing. But I think it's going to be very hard for guys to leave.
We're going to get to the Warren G interview here in a little bit. So correct me if I'm wrong. You're on lockdown for 48 hours.
Sir.
Can't leave your room. Is that correct?
That is correct. They advise us not to leave the room. They're bringing food to us for the first 2 days or so. Our bags, whatever we need, we call down. We have issues with Wi-Fi. They send them to the front desk, or we have a number to dial to call. They packed us up with some orders, a little fridge, microwave, bottles of wine, drinks, snacks, goodies, books, all types of electronics and masks.
What's the one show or movie that you know you're going to watch during this 48-hour period?
Honestly, man, I'm going to catch up on some old stuff. I just finished the last season of 13 Reasons. There's a couple of the shows that were suggested to me by some friends I want to check out, but I kind of want to tap back into my Rosetta Stone, or some people suggesting bilingual. So there's a time now I'll have a couple to get back and freshen up my Spanish, man, or learn another language. So we'll see how that goes. I picked it up during quarantine early and then kind of faded, but I got a lot of time now when nobody's around to do nothing. I don't have to clean up a house or room or worry about dogs or, take care of my girlfriend, this and other. I have nothing to do here but worry about me. So
I like that.
Shows and organizing and probably learning or reading books or whatever I want to do.
Okay, I'm with that. And finally, before you go, so you and we had put it out to the fans in terms of names that you want to put in the back of the jersey. It came out the other day that you will be going with How Many More. Why did you choose that? And how excited are you to, once all this quarantine is over, to combine with your fellow NBA brothers and talk about some bigger initiatives as it pertains to the Black Lives Matters movement?
You mean the quarantine of the 2 days that we're here, correct?
Yes. Yeah. After that's over, I'm assuming there will be events where you guys can kind of get together, socially distanced, but you're allowed to come up with maybe some bigger initiatives.
Yeah. I think I said it's very important. So I emphasize that we're not going to stop discussing it, or maybe during quarantine time, but we're going to continue so that while we're here to make it an emphasis to keep pushing forward. I think we're excited about that. It's the one thing that we're around each other. We're excited to be able to bond with most of our team. We try to stay away from other teams because you want to get too close and bond with them. But to discuss that, the bigger, more important picture of what's going on in the world is definitely an emphasis. What was the second part to your question?
Just can you elaborate on the jersey name choice that you decided to have with How Many More? So
the jersey name choice, I had a couple that I really liked. My dad gave me the idea actually of doing a poll, a survey, and I brought it to you guys, and thought it was interesting to see what the fans liked or what the people thought was most important to put out there. And I liked "I Am a Man" because they always look at us, treat us like we're 3/5 of a man and not a full 5/5. There was another one I'm trying to remember. Breonna Taylor, Say Her Name was a good one. Really liked that one too. How Many More is one I liked as well. I forget there was another one. Freedom and Equality.
Mm-hmm.
We did a poll that fans choose, man. It was amazing that we got the feedback. A lot of people thought that was the most important one, or the one they liked the most. And I liked it as well. So we made it happen. Hopefully so we can continue to push forward and emphasize, focus still while we're here, because we ain't got much else to do but practice during this first month. But focus on getting the justices we need for our people around the country, around the world.
For sure. Real quick, you want to break some news? LeBrons?
Break some news?
You want to break some news, and if you know if LeBron chose a name for the back of his jersey?
I do not know if LeBron chose a name. I would love to break some news for you guys. We haven't discussed it. He did send us a link or a tag before to remind us, the leader areas, you guys want to change your jersey, here's your jersey, way to tell them, or, put your bid in of what you want on the back of your jersey. He has not told us. We don't know. I guess they're holding out. He didn't want people to know. So we'll see. He may have something outside of the options that we have that's, custom for him, So I'm interested to see. I wish I knew. I don't, but I'm sure I have a discussion with him. We're discussing other things right now of what's going on. He's like, "Yo, what's that? What's this? Where are we going here?" We're more worried about that, of where we're going in this roller coaster ride in this cave, than thinking about names on jerseys. It is important. But once we get settled, we will figure out what's the best approach to attack these issues.
For sure, Danny. Thank you for checking in, and everybody. Thank you for listening and staying a part of this whole roller coaster of a season as we've gone hot and cold in terms of the season coming back. We have the interview with Warren G coming up, and as Danny was mentioning before, the names that they were deciding to choose, feel compelled to thank everybody who's been a part of the movement. People who are Black, white, of all ethnicities and of all religions. Understanding and participation is key at this moment. And as a Black American, I couldn't be more thankful for the people who have been participating in the movement, for sure.
Thank you guys, man. To second that, I can't thank you guys enough or put into words how much we appreciate it, how great it is to see, how beautiful to see everybody come together and show unity during this time. We need to continue. We're nowhere near done or where we want to be. We have a lot of work to do, but it's a great sign to see everyone out there pushing and supporting.
Welcome back with more Inside the Green Room. I'm Harrison Sanford. You know that guy, that's Danny Green.
Cheer.
And we had to regulate this segment a little bit with Warren G joining us for this final segment of the show. Warren, thank you for joining us. And first and foremost, I'm going through it. I know Danny's going through it. How in the world are you managing without being able to watch the Lakers? I know you're a big Laker fan.
I mean, it's bad, man. What I do is I just get up and work out and just, think about all of the good memories of before all this stuff happened, man. And, that's what get me by, and just looking at all of the videos, the old games and stuff like that, that's keeping us going and stuff, and working out.
All highlights, right? Watching the Kobe, Shaq, Showtime days.
Yeah, everything.
Yeah, they're showing some of our highlights too. Those are always a good keep you uplifted, some good energy. There's been a lot going on, obviously, outside of the sports world being shut down, and outside of the pandemic, of course. Your music career started to rise in the 90s, early 90s, around 92 time. Around the same time, the Rodney King riots were happening in LA. Take us through, what was going on then and the differences between then and now, how far we are as a country, and, just your thoughts on it.
Yeah, well, it's as far as difference, it's still the same thing. It's the same. Actually, it's the same thing, but just a little worse as far as the killing. Mm-hmm. It really wasn't a lot of the killing back then. In my era, well, you had the chokehold back then, but they had banned the chokehold, so I don't understand why it's being used still when it got banned way back then. But the only difference now is that it's guys losing their lives over some people that's supposed to be protecting us, and it's like, that's crazy. But I just think that we all, got to keep fighting and trying to get our point across to the courts so they can get these laws to change a lot, about what's going on as far as the police brutality and what they're doing. It's they causing all of the protests and all of the burnings and the riots and stuff like that by their actions. So it's like we gotta as a people gotta, Black, white, Mexican, everybody that's not on the on some racist stuff or just regular people, we gotta vote to make things right. And that's what I hope is gonna happen this time around, so we can change a lot of the laws and stuff, so we won't have people getting killed or them being able to put their leg on the neck or, things like that. And then, and people burning down buildings and stuff, that stuff will stop,
Mm-hmm.
But I just try to preach at the same time that we don't need to be burning our own stuff down. Why are you doing that? Or like I seen in Chicago where the whole store was just tore up and people had to come shop that live in the neighborhood and was like, I can't even shop here.
Mm-hmm.
It's just messed up our own community, so it's just a lot of stuff got to change, man.
For sure. And a couple follow-up questions, just on a lighter note. Do you think, obviously, that you're missing sports, and obviously with things going on now, do you think the fact that us going back to play will distract that? What do you think of us playing? Will affect the progress we've made, or the progress that we want to make? And are you for the bubble, or what is your thoughts on the bubble in general, and us going to the bubble to play?
I mean, that's hard, man. I feel like if everybody follow the right protocols, everybody be safe. And then we can, that's you guys' job. Y'all gotta go back to work. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not saying I just want y'all to, to get back out there so we can enjoy it. But that's you guys' jobs at the same time. And I understand that y'all like, this kind of iffy on should we get out there, should we not get out there, because we want to be safe at the same time, protect our health. I mean, I love basketball, and I'm down with what's going on at the same time. It's just if it can work where everybody's safe, then I'm down with it. And I'm down with you guys getting back in there and doing you guys, that's y'all job, even though guys got money, but it's still, that's y'all, and can survive for a while. But if some guys are probably not getting what everybody else get, that still need to be working. So I'm down with that part, but still down at the same time with making sure that we stand for everything to go, for everything to be, the justice to be served, as far as, the guys who committed the crimes, whatever, okay, they did what they did. We got that, they got to be prosecuted and get that out the way and change these laws so it won't happen again.
For sure. Do you think we can carry that? Like, do you think we can carry that just as effectively or more effective in the bubble and still be able to help as a unit to help, push the change that we want as a group, as the league, as NBA players? Do you think we're still able to be effective doing that in Orlando?
Definitely. It's like I said, it's people that's working right now that's going back to work, but still down with the protesting thing. It's the same thing. It's like it's not. You don't have to. It ain't like you guys are not with what's going on. Like I said again, I'm gonna say it again. That's your job. Everybody got jobs. It's people that's gotta work, but still you gotta, when you got called back to go to work, okay, get back to work. But I'm still down for the cause. Just like the guy who got fired from the food chain for wearing his Black Lives Matter mask. It's like, dang. It's like, why this is my job. I'm back to work, and I feel like that's a racist move. You telling me that you're gonna fire me because I got this on? It's just a trip, man. I'm just hoping that everything iron out the right way, but we do have to get in there and vote. We got to fight to make a lot of this stuff change. It's a lot of people out partying and stuff like that. And I'm not saying don't have no fun or do this or do that, but we got to still look at the bigger picture of what's going on, because in a minute you're not going to be able to have that fun if we don't get it right.
Sure.
Warren,
you alluded to the.
Sorry, Harrison. I was just making sure to get his opinion on us. I hope we're not. Obviously, I want to play. I was making sure we're not a distraction to taking us off course of what is the important.
Still down with what's going on. That don't take away. Can't nobody be mad at you guys for going back to work. Yeah. That's your job. Just like these other people who was not working, they back at their jobs, and they provide for their families again. But we still down with what's going on. we still down with the protests. We still down with the voting, the helping the change and stuff, so it won't happen again. And it's things that you guys could do in basketball. There's things that all the protesters could do, and things that could help at the same time while y'all doing y'all thing can help change these laws, so everything we can get some justice and equality. Yeah.
You know, Warren, you mentioned that playing basketball is Danny's job, and you've been in the music business for a while now. And your job is to provide vibes, whether it's, you know, to make people get over the pandemic that we're still going through, or the civil unrest that we're going through, or, you know, if it's just to address those things in a different manner, different types of songs, different types of music. Are you cognizant of that when you get into the studio, and the power that your words can have in terms of helping with people's mental health or addressing social issues that we have in the country right now?
That's G-Funk. G-Funk is that's what I do, is G-Funk. Is like right now, like I got a record coming July 10th with me and Ty Dolla. The feel of the record is a feel good. So I understand we're going through that, but we gotta I give out music to feel good. Like in certain situations, like I've been having these ideas like in my head to do music that's, you know, a lot of the music that I've been doing is coming out with the feeling of change. You know what I mean? A lot of that music that I have, but the Ty Dolla record is more of like some straight feel good. So when you say like what you're saying as far as like the putting the music out there like that, that's what I do. That's what I love to do. I love to do music where people could pay attention and get the same understanding, but get a good feeling out of it. And I like to do music that's straight feel good, music that takes you away from thinking about this right now, and getting you out. You know, you can just chill and have a good time, man. That's what music does. It's for good feelings, but then it's also to send out a message at the same time.
For sure. And this was new news to me, because I've been listening to music for some time, pretty much since I was a kid, damn near born. But I did not know Cedric Ceballos rapped. But came to find out.
Shaq.
I knew Shaq. Yeah. I knew Shaq rapped. I knew some other guys, but Cedric Ceballos is not one of the guys that I remember or recall rapping. I know you did a song with him. Do you listen to any current hoopers that have music out? And if so, who? And like, what do you think about it?
Well, I heard Damian Lillard get down, and I really think he can rap. He can do it. I mean, it ain't just because you play basketball, you can't rap. He can rap. I like Damian Lillard. He can rap.
Is there anybody else on that list? Any other Lakers or former Lakers that you listen to?
I'm trying to think. Who else?
I know Zoe was rapping. I know Zoe rapped.
Hey, did you ghostwrite any bars for Cedric?
Huh?
You ghostwrite any bars for Cedric?
I didn't write nothing. All I did was the music. That was my thing. I was an artist, but I was more of a producer at the same time. I would do the music for all the artists, and then I would get on, you know, just like I did with my album. I produced it first, then I rapped on it.
Okay.
But dang, that's crazy. I gotta check his music out.
There's a couple guys out there, man, that are really good. I mean, well, I think are solid. I wouldn't say really good. Obviously, Dame is one of the top guys to me. Zoe's got good vibe music. Andre Drummond had some good stuff. He actually put together a nice little LP that was kind of dope. Surprisingly, I didn't think he had that in him. So there's a lot of guys in the league that rap.
Holler at me. That's what I do. I make them great.
For sure. And then some guys that just get in the studio and produce.
Got a gold record from me producing for him.
Who did?
Shaq got a platinum record.
Yeah. Well, there's a lot of guys that done it.
Cedric Ceballos went gold.
Nice. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Did not know that. But so there's a lot of guys out there. I'm trying to list and remember and name all the rap. I mean, Amon Shumpert definitely was one of the guys. He's, figuring out how to get in the bubble. I think he might sign with a team. We'll see. But there's a lot of guys in the league now rapping more than before, since back in the day. But
music, I'm here.
You know, JaVale does beats. JaVale McGee. He tries to do some things.
Straight from
Snoop. Okay. Yeah. So.
Next to 1500, my other buddies, they produce. Yes, indeed.
What is the name of the new song that's coming out on the July 10th, so everybody knows, all the viewers can hear it, with Ty Dolla $ign? What is it called again?
It's called And You Know That.
And you know that. All right, you know that.
Cool.
Ty Dolla, I'm a big fan of Ty Dolla too. You know, he's got some really dope music, man.
Yes, indeed.
Listen to him a lot. One of my favorite artists as well.
A trip about that is his father sold me my first equipment. He used to work at a music store called Nadine's.
His dad was in the music. I didn't know that.
Yeah. Tyrone, that's his father. He the cool cat, man.
Yeah. Well, you've expanded your brand from rapper to entrepreneur. You also have your own brand of barbecue sauces. What advice would you give the people trying to expand their brand from what they're naturally known for to something else that they may be passionate about or want to get into?
Go for it. You know, if it's something that you have a passion for and that you want to do and turn it into a business, go for it. You know, there's no limits for anybody. You know, you just got to go for it like I did. I went and I love the barbecue. I used to make my own sauces, rubs, and stuff like that. So I was like, people was like, this tastes so good. You need to put this in stores or get it going. So I was like, you know, it's kind of hard to get into the stores. So what I do is I'll start off just building out the garage, as they say. And I just kept going and going and going. And now, like, I'm not in the stores, but, you know, it's going like hotcakes. They buying it like crazy. You know, Snoopers, he called me yesterday, like, Warren, what are you gonna do with these rubs, man? You gotta get this stuff in stores. He's like, I'm sending it to Martha, I'm sending it to everybody. And I'm like, I'm working on the Snoop. I'm still building it, but it's you know, whatever you want to do, go for it. I got other things that I'm getting into other than the barbecue sauces and rubs, but I got to get that going first, because that could turn into like a what's a brand I can mention, McCormick, you know, or Daddy's, what is that? Not Daddy's, Sweet Baby Ray's. You know, it could turn into a product like that, and that's what I'm pushing for, to get in stores. Okay. You know, and you know, all the groundwork will be done.
Well, tell the viewers the name of your sauce, or where you can find it. We're gonna try to blow this thing up.
Yes, indeed. It's Sniffing Griffins BBQ. On Instagram, I spell it a little. It's SNIFFINGRIFFINS BBQ.
Okay.
That's on Instagram and .com. And I have the OG sauce. I have the OG spicy, and then I have the OG smoky. I have the OG 22-ounce rub, the 24-ounce beef rub, 5-ounce OG rub, 5-ounce beef rub. And I guarantee you it's a game changer.
We need that, man. I'm gonna put a bubble.
I got you. I'm sending all of y'all some.
Yeah, we don't got much to do in the bubble, man. So eating food, we gotta have some good eats and some good sauce. Because every time I go someplace, they're short on A1 sauce or barbecue sauce or hot sauce. We need some of that in the bubble, bro.
Yes, indeed. Do you play NBA 2K?
I haven't played in a while. My brothers do, though. I haven't played. I know.
If y'all playing, let me know. I get in the park with y'all.
All right.
Hey, Warren, quick
gamer.
Quick question, as somebody who's a connoisseur of sauces and things of the nature. When you go to a steakhouse, do you get A1 steak sauce, or do you?
Every now and then I will, but I when I get there, because like I just use salt and pepper, you know.
Okay.
You know, and that's, you know, it depends on how they cook it. If they grill it, you know, you get a little bit of smoke. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? You get the good that part of it, but then all you got to do is throw salt and pepper on it, and you got the little smoke flavor with the salt and pepper.
Gotta respect the chef. I mean, the steak. You gotta respect the steak. It is great, but even the best steaks in the world, I still need a little. It's because I love A1 so much. I still need a little A1 on the side. So, no disrespect to any of the chefs out there, but actually A1 sauce.
Different Griffins, you're gonna be like, man, I ain't trying this.
I wasn't alluding to Danny at all. I was just asking a random question. I just wanted your expertise.
That's all good, man. But I mean, it's all good. It's in how you cook the steak. You cook it, you know, like me. I smoke. I use wood with a lot of my food. when I cook it. So you get a nice smoke ring around the meat when you cut into it, and it's like you want it medium well. You cut it open, you're gonna have a smoke ring. You get it. They want it medium rare. It'll be rare, but it'll still have that smoke ring because that flavor gets in there. That's what a cook do. You got to get that flavor in there. Then you know, along with like I do, I put my sniffing Griffins beef rub on it, and that kills it off top. But they shouldn't send it out there plain. They got to have something on it. You got to have something on it. I guarantee you, if I went to Mastro's and cooked one of my well, let me not say Mastro's. In a steakhouse and cook one of my steaks and they cook theirs and I use my rub and they use what they use, I guarantee you I'll tear them up.
There we go.
You're like a true chef right there.
Yeah.
I like it.
So we learned a little bit about the culinary arts. Warren, you've been providing good vibes for the entire culture for a minute now. So we appreciate you for doing that. Appreciate you for coming on the show. And Danny might have some time in that bubble. He might send you a beat or two.
Yeah, I was I haven't been in the studio, man. It's not my realm. I'm not comfortable. But when I learned the process last summer, I was with Boy Wonder. He showed me some things, man. I had some fun with it, and it seemed like a dope process. So if I was to get into music, because I'm not a rapper, that would probably be something I would like to do.
I love it. That's exactly it's. I'm trying to explain it from a producer. It's just a good feeling to know that your shit is banging. Can I say that?
Yeah, you can.
We're not PG-13. We try to keep it sometimes, but I start cussing crazy in this.
I'm on Logic, the new Logic Pro 10. I think it's 10.5.
Logic's dope too, man. I like
blowing everything out the water right now. The stuff that they got in there is it's blowing everything out the water.
Logic is dope. Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah.
Well, Warren, we appreciate you, and you know that July 10th, stream it. Warren G, Ty Dolla.
Yes,
I've heard a little snippet. Sounds like a banger.
Thank you.
Sure.
Thank you. Much love.
Appreciate the time, man. Much love. Stay safe, man. Hopefully we'll link soon. Hopefully we'll get back on the court soon. And you can be cheering us on. We'll make you proud, hopefully, this summer or by the fall when the season ends.
That Boston game, me and Snoop.
Okay.
Okay. There, man. Yes, indeed.
All right.